Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. In Scouts, we give the Scout sign for quiet. Scout sign. All right, we're gonna try something a little different this morning. The last couple of weeks during opening music, there's been a lot of talking and moving around, and we don't really hear what's going on. So we're gonna try to be quiet just for a minute, and then Mary's gonna ring the bell to start, and then we'll go.
Good morning. Welcome to the UU Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill. We are delighted that you could join us for this service. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is Roxy Mountjoy, and I serve as a worship associate for this congregation. If you are a newcomer or a visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill to receive more information about our congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter. Also, if you'd like to be greeted as a newcomer after the service, please take a red mug, and members will be sure to seek you out and make sure that you are warmly welcomed. And if you're joining us online today, please make sure to say hello or good morning or nice new haircut, Roxy, in the comment section on Facebook or YouTube. We'd like to hear from you and make sure that you are welcomed as well. We welcome children of all ages to our service. For Quiet Play, we have a children's area here in the sanctuary. For louder activities, we have a nursery just outside the corner entrance to the sanctuary. We also have a comfort room accessible through the back hallway from which you can hear and see the service. As a gentle reminder to everyone here today, please make sure to turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices so that we all may enjoy the service uninterrupted by buzzing or ringing. Today's sermon will be delivered by Sunnyhill member Angela Joyce, who completed the sermon writing class led by Reverend Jim McGaw last spring. Her sermon, titled The Quiet Strength of Kindness, uses personal stories to help illustrate the role that kindness plays in maintaining connection and creating community. Kindness is part of the foundation of Unitarian Universalist principles and is a common thread in the tapestry of our Sunnyhill community. This service will explore how we can all practice kindness to create a better world and to support each other in difficult times ahead. Our opening words were written by liberation theologian Oscar Romero. Peace is not the product of terror or fear. Peace is not the silence of cemeteries. Peace is not the silent result of violent repression. Peace is the generous, tranquil contribution of all to the good of all. Peace is dynamism. Peace is generosity. It is a right and it is a duty. Please join me in saying the words to light our chalice. We light this chalice to find inner peace, love for each other, and faith in ourselves. Also to be welcoming to whomever we meet and kind to all living creatures. So gather round this light of hope as we share this time together.
Everybody, it's me again. I'm Bethany, the membership director here at Sunnyhill, and today we have the joy of welcoming new members into the Sunnyhill community. So can I have Amber and Dallin and Miles and Ray come forward, please? And Cooper and Killarney, you can come up too. You can stand right across here. These individuals have chosen to join our congregation as we work to build a just and compassionate community, both within and beyond our walls. We are grateful for the unique gifts, stories, and perspectives each of them brings. As they take this meaningful step in their spiritual journey, let us embrace them. First, we have Amber and Dallin Klein, and they have their kiddos Cooper and Killarney up here with them, and Marley is away at college. Amber looks forward to joining a community with similar values and finding opportunities for herself and her family to give back within that community. Dallin wants to be a part of a community that respects the many paths to truth. He's inspired by the UU commitment to justice, equality, worth, and dignity of every person. These values align with how he wants to live and grow. And next we have Miles and Ray. Miles is excited to immerse himself into the community and get to know everyone better. And Ray is looking forward to being a part of the Sunnyhill family and making lifelong connections. You can see their full bios out in Fellowship Hall on the board when you go out after the service.
Today we welcome into our congregation these new members who have chosen to become part of this church. We're so glad to have you with us and delighted that you have chosen to share this part of your journey with us. Will you accept our gifts of fellowship, mutual support, and service? Will you offer us your unique presence and gifts? And will you work with us as we seek to create a community and a world dedicated to compassion and justice? If so, please say, "We will." Congregation, will you welcome these new members with the warmth and comfort of your fellowship? Will you seek to add your strengths and talents to the new gifts they bring us? And will you share our triumphs and our struggles as our community grows and changes? If so, please say, "We will." We will. Let us say together the words that are on our screen, which reflect our common purpose and common love in the midst of our diversity of beliefs. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. Please join me in welcoming our new members.
Good morning. Please rise and bow to your spirit to join in singing our opening hymn, From You I Receive. We're going to canon this at one point, so follow my direction, as always. You start. Here we go all together. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. With me, from you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this from you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Together we share, and from this. Once more, all together. From you thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, friends. It is now our time for all ages. If there are any children present, where I have a feeling there might be, let's calmly walk up to the front. Good morning, friends. We need a bigger stage. It's so great to see you all here this morning. Has anyone ever played the telephone game? Yeah? Anyone out there play the telephone game? Yeah? It's where you whisper a message to the person next to you, and you whisper it to the next person, and so on, all the way down the line. The last person says the message out loud, and we see if it's the same as the original. When I was in school, teachers used this game to show how a message can change just a little bit each time it's passed along. But what if instead of passing a message, we passed a smile? Do you think we could try that? Let's just all pass a smile from ourselves to the person next to us. Let's give it a shot. How did that feel? Little silly? Yeah? How do you feel inside? A little warm and fuzzy though too, seeing all those smiles? I feel warm and fuzzy when I see your smiles. Now imagine instead that instead of a smile, it is an act of kindness. Maybe it's a hug for a friend who's had a hard day, or encouraging words before a test or a soccer game, or even just holding the door for someone at the grocery store. Those are all pretty small things, right? Small things like a smile. But like our smiles, they carry from one person to the next. One kind act can start a chain reaction, kind of like the telephone game does. So there will be little changes along the way, but the core or the heart of the act remains the same. So every time we choose kindness, that one action has the power to ripple through a classroom or a community, maybe even the whole world. And with that, we will head downstairs to our RE class. Let's walk downstairs.
As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go, as you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go.
Once I stood at the foot of a great high mountain that I wanted so much to climb. And on the top of this mountain was a beautiful fountain that flows with the waters of life. I fell down on my knees at the foot of this mountain and cried, Lord, what must I do? I want to climb this mountain. I want to drink from this fountain that flows so clear in my view. Then I heard a sweet voice from the top of this mountain saying, child, put your hand in mine. I started climbing slowly. Watch your steps at the edges and take one step at a time. I started climbing upward, taking one step at a time. The higher I got, the harder I climbed. I'm still climbing upwards, and my journey's almost ended. I'm nearing the top, and you ought to see the view. Holy water flows freely. There's enough to make you free. So friend, if you're thirsty, climb this mountain with me. So friend, if you're thirsty, climb this mountain with me.
Good morning. My name is Joe Barker, and I'm a member of Sunnyhill's pastoral care team. Our mission is to reach out to members of the congregation who are going through challenging or significant events, whatever they may be. The pastoral care team focuses on the compassionate part of our congregation's mission to create a more just and compassionate community. If you would like to be contacted by a member of our team, you can reach out to us directly, or you can fill out a confidential yellow caring card found in our entrance hall and give those to either Bethany Thornton or Reverend Jim. Each week at this time, we share joys and sorrows submitted by members of the congregation. Joys and sorrows may be submitted online on our website, sunnyhill.org, or by filling out a paper form in the entrance hall. After each joy or sorrow that I read, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." We have a joy from Beth and Bob Hedden this morning. They joyfully announced the arrival of grandchild Evelyn Grant Hedden to their son and daughter-in-law, Nate and Jill. For the Hedden family, we hold you in our hearts. We have a joy and a sorrow this morning. I am grateful for all who continue to attend weekly actions to protest the current administration's mistreatment of the citizens of this country. The Friday morning interfaith prayer in front of the ICE headquarters in Southside had 90 participants this past week. However, other protests like that, as at the overpass at the Bill Green Shopping Center off of Route 51, are seeing escalating harassment from a group calling themselves the MAGA Warriors. Last week, a peaceful protester was physically assaulted. Let us at Sunnyhill all pray for the safety of all protesters at this time. For these protesters, we hold you in our hearts. For the joys and sorrows that are unspoken today, as we sing our musical meditation, we invite anyone who feels moved to do so to come forward to the front of the sanctuary, light a candle, place it in the sand, and then return to your seat.
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Ooh, 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 comfort me.
Comfort me.
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul.
Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. The moment of prayer is an invitation to be calm in the midst of the tumult of the world and our over-busy lives, to bring together thought and feeling, mind and spirit, and to find some center, some still point of perspective and peace. Here in this sanctuary, which has been the home for so many secret thoughts and hopes, fears and desires, may we feel free to look at ourselves with true honesty. May we be unafraid to face the decisions we have been trying to avoid, the doubts and questions it has been easier to ignore, the things we have tried to keep hidden not only from others, but even from ourselves. May we come to discover that there are resources within ourselves and beyond us that are as hidden but as real as our secret doubts and fears. New dimensions of the spirit within and without will be revealed to us as we confront ourselves honestly and come to understand that we are not isolated from the community of life and spirit, but that our soul's suffering connects us with the hidden suffering of others. May we come to see that in our deepest loneliness, we are not alone. And may we be emboldened by this vision to reach out to others in their need. And so finally to discover that to give is not only more blessed than to receive, but that to give to others is to receive what we most need for ourselves. Amen.
morning. There's so many of you here. In 1999, I was a junior in college, and I had the opportunity to go on a youth delegation to El Salvador. It was an educational trip designed to teach teenagers about globalization, social justice, and Central American history. Our group consisted of 8 youth delegates and 2 adult leaders. We also traveled with a young Salvadoran man named Cesar, who helped with coordinating and interpreting meetings. Throughout our week in El Salvador, we met with leaders who were trying to make economic, political, and environmental change in their country. We had several opportunities to meet with other youth groups and talk about what it was like being a teenager in each of our countries. It was the kind of education opportunity so inspiring, it can make a UU Religious Education Committee form not just a subcommittee on youth travel, but a task force, 2 working groups, and a covenant including shared snacks. Most of our time was spent in the capital city, San Salvador, but one of our days was spent in a rural area where we met with a youth group who wrote and performed songs about the importance of learning to read and write. They hoped that spreading their message through song would improve the country's literacy rate. It was inspiring to meet with other teens who were accomplishing so much with minimal resources, and we all left this encounter feeling energized. After this meeting, our group traveled to a nearby inn for dinner. The inn was bustling with the sound of women preparing food and washing dishes. I assumed the women brought their children to work with them because there was a large number of preschool and elementary-aged children happily chasing each other in the grass. The children were barefoot and dirty from playing outside all day. They all looked malnourished. The inn employees had prepared a large outdoor table for our group, and as we sat down to eat, the children flocked around our table and began begging for food. Myself and the other delegates looked panic-stricken and turned to our group leader for direction. One of my peers asked, "Are we eating here?" The leader of our group informed us we were in fact eating there. She told us it would be rude to not eat the meal that had been prepared for us, and it could cause problems if we offered food to the children without formally offering something to everyone present. We looked at the modest meal placed on the table and then at the dozen children and 5 or 6 workers. There clearly was not enough to go around. Not knowing what to do, we all began eating in uncomfortable silence. After a few minutes, Cesar quietly left the table and spoke to one of the women working in the kitchen. He returned a few minutes later with a large bowl of hard-boiled eggs and began offering them to the children. The children ran to him and cheered as if he were Santa Claus passing by in this Thanksgiving Day parade. They ate their eggs quietly, savoring every bite. As I watched the scene unfold, I never felt more ashamed of myself. Why didn't I think to do that? I had looked at the table and not seen enough food to go around, but I could have easily gone to the kitchen and simply bought more to share. Even with my earnings from working a part-time minimum wage job, I probably had more money in my pocket than a Salvadoran family would see in a year, maybe even several years. The cost of doing that one kindness probably would have been no more than $1 American. I had been so caught up in understanding the theoretical arguments of social justice and privilege that I'd forgotten the basic lessons I learned in preschool. Be kind to others. Share what you have. Purchasing the eggs for the children wouldn't have altered their poverty, but it would have shown them that I saw them and cared that they were hungry. It would have been kind. This youth delegation experience coincided with the beginnings of my own spiritual journey and it made me think a lot about the concepts of kindness and generosity. I knew that these values were important to me, but I wasn't sure how to figure out if a religious establishment shared them. I knew that I wanted to be part of something that didn't just preach theoretical ideas, but also put them into practice. I didn't want to ever again look a hungry child in the eyes and not know what to do. When I returned to college that fall, a friend invited me to attend the local Unitarian Universalist church with her. I accepted the invitation, eager to learn more about this hippie church, where everyone was welcome and there was no religious doctrine. Like many people, I wondered how a church that is non-creedal could even function, let alone provide a moral compass. The church we visited was a very small congregation, but I was given a warm welcome as well as a pamphlet about the basics of Unitarian Universalism. It was difficult for me to attend services during college, but I kept the pamphlet and later read about the 7 principles and learned more about UU values. The inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equity, and compassion in all human relations, and the respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. It all sounded amazing on paper, but I wondered what it meant in practice. Like any moral guidelines, there was a lot of room for interpretation. I was worried that the ideas I was reading in the pamphlet were just going to turn out to be buzzwords that sounded great, but didn't have any real impact. I mean, one can believe that all people have inherent worth and dignity, but that doesn't mean that they do anything about it. But in my time at Sunnyhill, I feel like I've witnessed this everyday practice of values in so many ways. There is community outreach in the form of food drives, coat drives, angel trees, and the new tradition of the Share the Plate offering. I've witnessed the church's participation in protests in support of Pride and Juneteenth events. An entire committee exists to coordinate social justice efforts. Meal deliveries are coordinated for those experiencing difficult times, as well as rides for people needing assistance to medical appointments. Handmade blankets are made for newborn babies. While they might seem like small gestures, I know that these actions matter, that the people on the receiving end of them feel seen and cared about. Showing up for protests and community celebrations helps people feel valued. Bringing a meal to someone who is recovering from an injury allows them to eat while still getting the rest they need to heal. Volunteering to teach RE allows an exhausted parent to attend a service they might really need to hear. Donating a set of gloves to the Hat and Mitten Tree helps someone stay warm during a cold Pittsburgh winter. My own family has benefited from Sunnyhill's generosity in ways that have meant so much to us. I received phone calls and cards after the death of my parents. Someone checked in on us during the pandemic lockdown to see if we were doing okay. And thanks to RE volunteers, our children have attended religious education, coming of age, and OWL. Perhaps the most touching moment of kindness our family has received occurred a few years ago when our car broke down on Easter Sunday in Pymatuning State Park. Our family had decided to spend Easter weekend hiking in the park and then planned to leave early Easter morning to visit family in Ohio. However, when we tried to start our car Easter morning, the battery was completely dead. We'd hoped it was a matter of just needing a jump, but a call to roadside assistance revealed there was a more serious problem with the battery, and they needed to tow our car to the dealership. The very unsympathetic operator arranged for our car to be towed, but told us he couldn't do anything to help transport our family anywhere. My husband and I exchanged panicked looks. How on earth were we going to get back to Pittsburgh? If it had been a normal Sunday morning, that wouldn't have been so difficult. But Easter Sunday, everyone we knew would be busy and car dealerships would be closed. Our family lived too far away to help. Even if someone we knew wasn't busy or we could get an Uber to come pick us up, we needed someone who had a car big enough for the four of us and our camping gear. We also, of course, had brought our 50-pound dog with us on this adventure, which further complicated matters. Although I don't want to compare this experience to children living in poverty, it was a moment of some level of desperation. It wasn't a situation we could problem solve or throw money at. We had to rely on someone's kindness to get us back home. We needn't have worried, though. After making several texts and calls, we learned that a good friend of mine, plus 2 members of Sunnyhill, were all willing to make the 1.5-hour drive on the holiday to pick up our family of 4, our dog, and our camping gear. My friend told me she could leave straight away to come pick us up. She added that her 4 children had been arguing all morning and she would be delighted to have a reason to leave her house. We made it back home and a few days later retrieved our repaired car. As someone who doesn't have family in the Pittsburgh area, having this kind of community at Sunnyhill has made us feel like we have a home. You may have guessed already that it isn't a coincidence that I am giving this particular sermon on the same day as the Sunnyhill Participation Fair. Although I did grow up in a household overflowing with Catholic guilt, it isn't my intention to guilt anyone today into volunteering. But rather, I hope that sharing these personal stories can serve as a way to illustrate how special our fellowship here at Sunnyhill is. This is a day to celebrate the fact that we've created a community that cares about its members and neighbors, a community that doesn't just sit on its hands. I work as a psychotherapist in private practice, which you might imagine has been a challenging job since the November elections. My clients often tell me they feel like they want to do more, but they don't know what doing more could look like. They are often already calling and emailing their congressional representatives, but it doesn't feel like enough. As I help clients process these feelings, they almost always come to the conclusion that becoming more involved with their community is something that would help them right now. From volunteering professional services to helping with a neighborhood road cleanup, involvement helps people feel like they're maintaining a human connection. As many of us are feeling powerless to overcome the current political strife in our country, I hope we can all lean into these small ways to show kindness to each other. Giving of our time and resources helps us all stay connected. It allows us to still practice our values in a world that currently seems like it discourages morality. It provides hope. Everyone is welcome to stay after the service and attend the participation fair. Representatives from each committee are here and will gladly tell you about what they do and how you can be involved. As a former caring committee chair, I can assure you that all involvement, no matter how big or small, can make an impact. If you've been feeling the urge to do more or want to find a way to feel like you're making a difference, today is an opportunity to begin that journey. While the actions you take through a Sunnyhill committee may not change the realities our country is currently facing, they will allow anyone who travels through Sunnyhill's doors to experience an environment where kindness and generosity are valued, where we can all feel like we are at home. May it be so.
Please rise and body your spirit to join in singing our closing hymn, What We Need Is Here. This is a simple phrase, a simple musical phrase that we're going to repeat over and over. I invite you to add your own harmonies or descants or counter melodies, whatever, get fancy, get fancy. We'll start simple. What we need.
What we need is here. What we need is here.
So I'll sing that again.
What we need is here. What we need is here.
I hear you. Add those harmonies.
What we need is here. 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 What we need is here.
All right, this time with conviction. Yeah.
Is here. What we need 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 is here.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Our Share the Plate beneficiary for the month of September is Community Care and Resistance in Pittsburgh, or CCRIP, which provides direct aid to people in the Pittsburgh area returning home from incarceration in Allegheny County Jail. They have a table outside the jail where they offer aftercare and supplies to individuals getting out of jail, making sure they at least have some money and a ride home. 100% of all donations go toward purchasing supplies. You can make a gift online on our website or by text at 412-324-3130. We'll be passing our offering baskets for cash or checks in just a moment. If you're writing a check, please make it out to UUCSH and put Share the Plate in the memo line. Thank you. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our closing words were written by Martin Cornfield. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we might just set the world in the right direction. Go in peace.